Talk about the NDC's presidential primaries just gone by. President John Dramani Mahama, or ex-President Mahama, has been elected unanimously by his party. It's 95% of the votes. And joining me in studio is Uncle Ben Ephson. He's a renowned pollster. Chief, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
Fine.
Firm handshake there. Don't want to be in your corner.
No. I'm harmless.
How's everything?
Fine, thank you.
So far, so good. The predictions that you had over, ahead of the elections, you predicted some 65% or so.
Above 65%.
Above 65%. Yeah. Then it turned out to be 95%. Were you surprised?
I'm sure Mama himself will be surprised at 95. I'm sure they were targeting about 80. We were able to get the figure of 65 by looking at the voting pattern at the national elections. Okay. Elections of national officers. That had about 8,700 delegates. Now, let me say the gang of six, the other six apart from Muhammad, they came together to support Hudu Yahaya. Now, the game plan was that if Hudu had won, they would have used John's regionalism against him. The plan was, Haruna Idrisu, minority leaders from the north. Okay. If Hudu had won from the north, so since we are going to use it, that look, we've got two leading members from the north. Why do you pick a flag bearer who come from the north? Right. So on that elections, me and my team, we are assessed. We are looking out for the strength of the six, because it's easier to campaign focused within 8,700 delegates than 280,000 plus. Absolutely. Hudu got 21.7%. So that then tells you that even within 8,700, the maximum strength of the six wasn't going to exceed 80. But wasn't going to exceed 30%. 30%, okay. Now we average John's support for certain positions, like the general secretaryship, deputy general secretaryship, national organizer, and then Mahama Camp supported Pusampofu first. And halfway through, they backtracked and supported Janabodakwi. So when we average those that Mahama Camp supported, those are about 65, 68%. Okay. So that's how we got.
That's how you got it.
Yes.
Yes. Let's look at the regional dynamics, how the regions voted. We'll start off with Ashanti region, for example. John Mahama got some 32,664 votes, representing 95.2%. All the others, they're getting 1%, 0.76, 0.29, 0.24. It doesn't come any close. And thinking of the fact that the Ashanti is not a stronghold of the NDC, do you think they're gaining ground in there by this?
First, before anybody wins the elections in this country, you must win 3.5 swing ranges. I say half because Brownfo is now uncertain, but you must win Greater Accra, Western Central. Okay. Now, before the NDC can win, they must get at least 30% in the Ashanti region. Okay. For the MPP, if they win the 3 swing regions, okay, and they are able to suppress the NDC in Ashanti to below 22, 25, they will win. Now, the votes in Volta were significant. As a party and as a presidential candidate, when you get your own backyard being apathetic, you are dead in water. You must get your backyard, your background, your support base to come out and vote.
They were apathetic in 2016.
Yes, they were.
But why is the story changing now?
I'm writing my 6th book, so I'll be able to share with you exclusively some of the things I found out.
Most grateful.
For example, you don't go and campaign in Ho. Tell them you do a market for them, and you take billboards of markets you've done in Kumasi. They'll be offended. People forget that in presidential elections, you deciding to fold your arms. I won't vote for Johnny. Okay. You are letting the cameraman get 1 vote. So there's a lot of things. And people say that, voter region. As per the 2010 census, Ashanti is they are about 3.8 million. Vote Ewes 3.3, and Fantis 2.78. Per the census, the total population in Volta region is about 1.8. So if you realize that the support base of the MPP is in Ashanti, that of the NDC is in Volta, you don't have to look at the Volta region votes, because 3.3 and the 1.6, 1.7 strength population in Volta is only Ewes.
Okay, sure.
So it tells you the Ewes are spread across. So you see that your votes will be falling. Like in Eastern region, 18% Achim, 17% Ewe, 16% Dangbe. Greater Accra, Ga, 19%, Ewe 17%. So when there's apathy, it reflects in your vote.
It will hit you.
So now that John has been going wrong, the mistakes he made, I'll give you another typical example.
Okay.
John made a mistake of taking the party government from the party.
He separated the two.
Yes, by his actions and inactions. Why is it that as soon as he said that he was going to contest, one of the first things he did was to say that if you like me, don't form any groups, join NDC. Because on our rounds, we met the foot soldiers, organizers, in the various countries who were angry and bitter.
Okay.
That whilst we needed money to buy motorbikes, bicycles for outreach in the rural areas, we were denied that. Mahama as president is getting to a particular area, then you get youth for Mahama, boys for Mahama with I-10s. They descend on the place for 2-3 days and they move. If I was the organizer, will you do any work? You wouldn't. So in interacting with the grassroots face to face, you realize that this was some of the bitterness. So saying that there should no such groups is another important step.
Right. Interesting. Let's look at the figures one more time. The other candidates, the Gang of Six, got just around 5% of the votes. Can Mr. Mahama then decide that, look, I want to leave them behind because all their votes put together is insignificant if I want to chart a course for 2020? Or should he drag them along? What should be the plan?
Shall I be blunt with you?
Tell me.
If I'm Mahama, I won't take any of the six as my running mate. You give them work to do.
Why not? Why wouldn't you give them? They are qualified.
First and foremost, there might be, I don't know, maybe most of your viewers were young then. From the problem between Esperance and the late Aka, it is suicidal for a party to force somebody to be a candidate's running mate. Now, if the six of them collectively planned against you, you can give them work to do in mobilizing, but it will be suicidal. First and foremost, Mama's running mate must be from the Akan ethnic group. You can't have two minorities on a ticket.
That's supposed to be the plan.
Yes, I mean, why do you go and pick two minorities? Have you realized the MPP will never pick a running mate, but unless the person is from one of them three northern regions and it's a Muslim. Northern region, you are from minority ethnic group.
Okay.
So you pick, they don't have a choice, they have to pick. That is why the attempt to let Abu Dhabi lose so that somebody from Volta region is picked. It's not because Volta region is a safe place that you cannot pick, but it might be from the broad Akan ethnic group, which make about 49.5% of the population. So yes, John can bring them on board, and from experience, but if somebody says that, oh, pick one of the losing candidates as running mate, it will be
they have conceded, they have written statements saying we are fighting with you together for 2020.
Yes, he can give them work to do. I mean, definitely between 9 and 2 years, I mean, there's a lot of things that they will need to do. But I would disagree that pick one of the three or...
Joshua Labi is a respected professor. He transformed IPS to make it UPSA. Ekos Pio Gabra, fantastic Minister of Trade and Industry.
I mean, somewhat like...
Look at their credentials. Sly, for example.
Sly is from the Ghana ethnic group,
Right.
minority. Joshua Labi is from the Ghana ethnic group. Pio Gabra, he called Mama Timbi indirectly. Because he told the late Professor Mose that, look, you've taken Timbi people. Now, Mama was picked by Mose to be a running mate. So if John is Timbi, can you Timbi work with Timbi person? I mean, Guzi shot himself in the foot. You know, if somebody's about 30 years now, and they remember, we don't remember Guzi.
Right.
If you are 30 years, in 2000 you were 11 years.
Right.
Don't you refer, Guzi was the one when Rawlings, through his support behind Professor Mons, got angry and formed Reform Party,
right,
which created, was part of the reason why the NDC lost in 2000. So yes, you can give them roles to play. I mean, Guzi clearly, from the votes he got, you can see that he still has roots with the cadre system. Those who are cadre, that is those in their late 40s and 50s. Look at everybody's strength and give him work to do, definitely. Because, I mean, the massive endorsements will shut down anybody within the party who want to create problems.
These are former appointees of, largely former appointees of ex-President Mahama, who decided to contest him. Some have said that this is democracy. They all have the right to contest. But some say it sends a wrong signal out there about the personality of Mr. Mahama and his style of leadership in the past, even though his achievements have been touted in the last campaign. Some say, well, this is it. It speaks a lot about him. If your appointees want to contest you, then it's not good.
Interestingly, the utterances of those people and the reaction of the MPP helped Mahama get such a massive endorsement. For example, if you go and campaign that don't vote for somebody who cannot go 2 terms. But then, you see, people underestimate the intelligence of the average Ghanaian. You may not have a master's, but you got political wisdom.
Right.
If I'm a delegate, you come and tell me that don't vote for somebody who cannot go 2 terms. You are inferring that Mama can win, but cannot go 2024. I shouldn't vote for him.
Okay.
As a delegate, the person wants 2020.
Right.
So he will vote for Mama.
Right.
For MPP, the reaction to Mama's statements, knee-jerk reaction, shows that of all the 6, you know, let me give you an example. When Mama called the diplomats and showed them
the video,
there were utterances by some of the other 6 on these things. Who did the MPP respond to? Mahama. So, I mean, the reaction, not even with the I was going to the videos, reaction. So definitely the delegates, they listen to radio, they watch TV. It's like, here's the person that, you know, kicks the MPP. Let's give it to him.
From what you said, the Kwesi report had made some recommendations. The party is going through reorganization, re-registration, and all of that is elected. It's executive. What trend do you see? Because some people were kicked out in the regional election, in the national executive position. New faces were brought on. What trend do you see? Now Mr. Mahama sits at the top.
I think that having interacted after the Kwesi report,
okay,
it's almost like some of the things that he's saying. It's almost, don't think he has to unify the party.
Okay.
You know, for MPP NDC, the NDC's problems of unification will be a bit more difficult. In the MPP, you either with Kufuor faction or Akufo-Addo faction.
Okay.
The NDC, there are 3 factions. Mahama, Mons, Rawlings.
Okay.
And if you have 3 kids, for example, at any given time, even sharing of sweets, or you get 2 going against 1.
What is the strength of the Mahama faction in the face of the Mills and the Rawlings faction, comparatively?
Oh, there are a lot of people who are aloof, and they want to wait and see.
Okay.
Now, there's been this talk, the allegation that, look, maybe the former president felt that, look, he should be aloof so that maybe if MPP, NDC loses, the party will come back to him. That has backfired big time.
It didn't work for them in 2016, or it worked against them in 2016.
No, I mean, not that he will work against NDC. I mean, just be passive.
I'm saying that backbench approach from ex-president Rawlings in 2016 worked against the party.
Yes.
Some say contributed to the defeat
yes.
that they had. Subsequently, the party has gone to see him. I mean,
yeah, they've gone to see him, and the reaction of the MPP towards Rawlings has not helped Rawlings in the eyes of those who felt that he had been let off the campaign. I mean, if Akufo-Addo on his concession speech, that Friday was declared the winner. And these are people, these were reactions from the people gave our research team. That how do we thank the founding father of a party we just defeated?
Okay.
What did he do for you to thank him in your acceptance speech as the new president? People have taken notice. And these are not from educated people like us. These are people who are farmers, who understand politics, Like if you are doing something, part of the work we did was on the reaction of Rotarians.
Okay.
So you look at, if you go to the census figures, the report, you see that if you go to, for example, Eastern region, areas where we have people from water regions, this is what we did. And you can see that, yes, they did involve Rawlings, they sidelined him, whether they like to lead the party, but they could get, so what the Rawlings do that Akufo-Addo would thank him on assuming office as president, and then in the aftermath, the party, they know that they should fight until just truth. Right. But that singular act, people have taken notice.
Okay.
And is it likely going to work against in terms of not that they don't still respect him, but if you just were passive,
okay,
thinking the laws will bring the party back to you. I said enough for the book, so I won't go further.
if we had to vote today, will President Mahama be victorious, judging by what's happening?
Anybody who tells you the person is a liar.
Why so?
There are going to be elections to select parliamentary candidates.
Okay.
That brings divisiveness within the various constituencies. So without that, how can you say that a party can win? I've never done polls that maybe in a 2 years' time. No. Anybody who says that is guessing. Because let me tell you, for example, the NDC.
Okay.
One of the reasons they lost so many seats. Take Laura, for example.
Okay.
It was an NDC candidate. One of the persons at the NDC headquarters wanted to contest. They had problems with registration. The person disenfranchised the MP's family from the list of voters. So in the primary, the MP lost. The MP said, lie, then we all go down. The MP contested, he got 5,000 votes. MPP won Laura's seat.
Right.
So the elections for parliament is an important degree of unity or disunity. Mind you, the MPP has been smart.
Okay.
That if an MCE, DCE want to contest, resign, I think 3 years before.
Right.
What they are going around doing, that they are sponsoring candidates.
Okay. They are fueling it from
yes. So
aspects.
If you the MP think that because I haven't resigned in the past 3 years, you can roughshod me. Okay, I'll sponsor Johnny against you. So in the aftermath, you are going to get people being angry, and what they will do is that, look, if you go independent,
okay,
you are sacked from the party. But they'll make sure that people don't turn out to vote.
I see. Uncle Ben, thank you very much for your time. When is the book out?
Maybe in 6 weeks.
The interesting things you told me now.
These are only because for the first time I'm doing 2016, how people vote 2020, and 2 years of MPP rule.
Wow, interesting book. What's it called?
2016 elections and 2 years of MPP rule.
6 weeks. Keep the date in mind, and we will go there to the launch and bring you all the reviews later. But thank you very much to Uncle Ben Ephson. Most grateful. He's a pollster, and he's been sharing thoughts with us. You can always join us on our WhatsApp pages and share your thoughts as well.